Hi, this is Jeff Belomo with Belomo and Associates. You are watching the signing video series. So if it were me, this would be the second video that I would watch after you watch the general intro video. If you have not watched that, please go ahead and pop out of here. Go back to the general intro video. The intro video is going to kind of explain the process, where we are, and how to watch these videos. On this video, what I'm going to do is share my screen and show you two of the documents that we call the authorization and the notice and acknowledgement. Okay. The reason that we have these documents is because we want to keep the originals in our firm. We have built file rooms downstairs. They are as fire retardant and flood retardant as you can possibly make. We spent a lot of money with using library systems that have the shelving units that go back and forth to be able to keep the documents in a controlled environment, and also in a situation where we know where the originals are. On the intro video, I explained the reason that we want to keep the originals based upon client issues that we've had in the past and wanting to make sure that we know where the originals are. They are yours, and certainly you can come and get them at any time if you so desire, but we just want to make sure that they're protected, controlled, and that we are in kind of possession of them so that I always know what is going on. What we'll do here is I'm going to share my screen. The very first document is essentially, and you should be able to see it here. What this document is it's a document that's going to say it's us saying, hey, we have your documents. We're keeping them for safekeeping. We will make sure that we use ordinary care and preservation of your documents, meaning that we have them in a controlled climate setting, also in a room that is fire retardant, flood retardant. I mean, we've done everything we possibly can to make sure that they're safe. Really, to be honest, this document is more for internal purposes. We need to be able to know that we have them. And also, if something were to happen, this is what we would show to the court that, Your Honor, I do know for a fact that we had their originals. Here is where it was signed. If you take them, no problem. We'll have you sign a document that says essentially that you're checking them out of the office and that you are responsible for them. Once everything is taken care of, my signature will be below this line, and then you are signing. But really, primarily, what you are saying is that your address that is listed above is correct, and that if that changes, you're going to notify me. Why is that important? Because that's where we know you to be. And if you're not there, you have to tell us where you are, because we do have your originals. So if you move, please let us know. If you decide to get documents redone somewhere else in the future for whatever reason, please let us know. That way we can shred your documents and we know that we don't have them anymore, so that we're not hanging on to them thinking that you're coming back for them one day, and it just is better for everybody. So really, the important thing on this document is that the address is correct, and you are signing that if you move, you're going to let us know where you are. Okay. The next one that I want to share is going to be what we call as the authorization. Now, this document that I've got that I'm popping up here now, so just bear with me for 1 second. There it is. There it is. All right. So now this document is coming from you. So we've had a lot of people over the 20-year career saying, why does it say gentleman? Well, that's how you reference a law firm. And I happen to be a male, so the firm will be referred to as gentleman. You're giving us the originals so that they're used, their ordinary care and caution in using them and in preserving them. But what it says is that, Jeff, law firm, please keep the originals for me. Okay. But only give it out if, one, I instruct you to do so, or I become incapacitated. So if you tell me to give it out, or you're incapacitated. Now, incapacitated is a legal decision. It is up to me, and I'm allowed, as it says in this next paragraph, to talk to your healthcare professionals, to talk to your doctor if you're not in town, to meet with you in person if there's a way for me to do it, talk to you over the phone if there's a way for me to do it. At the end of the day, I just need to be satisfied that you don't have the ability to make those decisions at that point in time, and that you're not capable of making them. It's not a big deal is not made. It's not public. It's just me and you. Or if I get to talk to your healthcare professional, it's just protecting the law firm so that if you're not able to make that decision, someone else can help you. Someone else can step in the shoes. But this does put the burden on me. This definitely sort of shifts it to, hey, Jeff, don't you give it out unless I tell you to do so, or I'm incapacitated. And then that way, if I ever did, we would be held liable for that. We would have to make it right to you and your family. But I assure you, I'm not going to be giving these out unless you tell me to do so, or I am 100% convinced that you're not able to make those decisions for yourself. You will notice down here that there is a line that says I waive. So essentially, this document is set up in such a way that it says, don't give it out unless I tell you to do so, or I'm incapacitated. If you initial here, that says to me that you want someone to have it now. You want someone to make decisions for you now. This is common in having an elder law practice. There are people who come to get their documents done, but at a point in time when they actually need help. That is part of why they're coming. So I don't want to not give those out to the people who need them, but in order to keep the file clean and in order to know that you do want us to give it to them, you're going to initial here. I would say for most people, you will not be initialing, you will not be waiving. You will just simply be signing at the bottom where it says your name. If there's a husband and wife, if you're doing this together, no problem. There will be two documents, one for the spouse and one for the other spouse. That way, both of you have it. If there's a partner situation, again, same thing. We will simply just have both of you sign two separate documents so that we know for each of you what the intent is. Very common for individuals to be different. One might want to give it out, the other one may not. So we do need each person to sign. There will be two if there are two people who are doing the planning with us, but each of you will sign your own. So that is the notice and acknowledgement. Those are the two probably simplest. They're both internal documents. How you sign these when you do sign them, you don't have to sign them yet. When we arrange signing, these two don't matter because they're internal. But for all of the other documents, you are going to need to sign exactly as your name appears. You will notice that your names are the same ways that your IDs are listed. And why is that? For notary purposes. That way we are 100% positive that we are notarizing the documents for the person whose ID says what their names are. Now, this does cause some problems with some people because, for example, my name is Jeffrey Robert Belomo. I go by Jeff. I don't go by Jeffrey. I don't almost hardly ever. Most people don't know that my middle name is Robert, but my license says Jeffrey Robert. So when I sign formally, I do have to sign Jeffrey Robert Belomo. It is frustrating. But at this point in my life, I don't really want to take the time to change it. And I also, it's not affecting anything. So please give us a little grace. If we're asking you to sign as Jeffrey Robert, please sign as Jeffrey Robert. That is what your ID says. That is how we will be able to notarize and not have any issues later. So that's just a please and thank you. And I hope that this video on the notice and acknowledgement was helpful. Please, if you have any questions, write them down, mark them up so that you'll remember in the future when you do the one-on-one attorney review meeting. I would personally write on the documents or on separate sheets of paper that are going to be kept safe and with the documents for the one-to-one attorney review meetings, and allow you to be able to take care of that at that meeting. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video.